Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video we are going to be having another store tour video of my local Spirit Halloween that just opened yesterday. So let's take a look at that. So first here we've got Pumpkin Punisher. And then next here, we have Jason. And then here we have Harmonica Hank.
Each verse is a curse. Harmonicas do lull you into endless despair.
So that was Harmonica Hank. And now here we have the Trash Bandit. And here I forgot Buzz, so here is Buzz. He is a pretty cool one. And then here we have the photo op. It is facing inward, so it's facing the wrong way. Willow Witch's lights are still on, and her mouth does not move and her eyes don't light up.
Got your tongue. Stay put and start again, or I will turn you into a toad.
Looks like somebody left off on her, so they didn't do her. But this is Michael Myers. Somebody put a card in his neck. So that was Michael Myers. And as we go through the cabin, let's not forget the skeleton. Yesterday there was somebody who put a card in his mouth. And then here you have Whirling Wendy.
I can trust you. I promise you won't get cut. I must.
And then here you have the radio and the microphone. And then here's the radio. It is kind of not really working, but this works, and this thing actually turns the knob. And then here's the haunted books.
The show must go on.
And then Crackles is right here. Somebody just set him off.
More victims.
The animatronic activator. And then here's the bed with a scary sitting scarecrow. Looks like it didn't activate when I sat on the bed, but this bed is a real bed. It is very cool with all this detailing. And there he is. And then you can see there's some like cloth up here. And then here's some of the lights. And then there's one of the ISC speakers right there. And then that was the inside of the cabin. And now here you have Xenomorph. He is pretty cool, and kind of a creeper here. It does not work at all at this store, but here is the Bog Monster. He is currently resetting. He is cool.
Get out of my way.
And then here is Screaming Reaper. He is also pretty cool. And then here you got the light post. ghost on the dock and it flickers. There's Freddy. And then here you have Doomsday Duo. I just don't like the fact that their masks don't sit on their faces correctly. Here they are. So that was Doomsday Duo. And then here, the jumping spider is resetting. So while he's resetting, let's take a look at the lake rules. It is a pretty cool thing, and you can pause the video if you'd like to see it for a little. And then here is the jumping spider. And then if you look how it says Camp Harbor Lake, this thing that says Camp Harbor Lake is actually a sticker. Under it, it says Camp Harvest Lake, which I like that they changed that. And then here's the shaking fish. He is not working. And then here is Jeremy Jaws. His jaw has already dropped. And then Carnival Creeper still isn't working. And then next here you have some bone wind chimes. And then here is the coaster. Darcy Doom looks super cool, and I can't wait to see her video once she's released. And then they have all of these other ones, and they have a ton of the other ones. So Harvey Carvey's pajamas looks like it's like drawn on there. And then here is Harvey Carvey.
I scooped all my brains out. Wanna see?
Okay, so now let's see our next things. So let's take a look at all the animatronics on the floor here. So first here we have Buzz. We have 2 Buzzes. We have 2 Harvey Carveys. We have some Lady Misfortunes. We have a Willow Witch right here, Backbend Bonnie. And then here's the Lady Misfortunes. And then Wind Up Wally is right here. Doomsday Duo's right there. And then you can see another Wind Up Wally and Crackles. And then here is the Scary Sitting Scarecrow. And here's the Sitting Scarecrow. And they have a whole stack of them, a ton of them. And then here is Whirling Wendy. And then they have a ton of electrified corpses. They have a Harmonica Hank, 2 Harmonica Hanks, and they have a Carnival Creeper down there. And then all the way over here, they have some more boxes. Like they have 2 Screaming Reapers. And they have over here a Bog Monster. So let's get to the front of him. There's Bog Monster's box. And then they have 4 Arctic Clowns, which is not new. And then they have a ton of other stuff, including they did have the Freddy Fazbear shirts, but they are sold out. I'm sure they still have some more in the back, but for now they are sold out. And that will be the end of the video for today. So that was T Killer Clown Productions at my local Spirit Halloween, Cactus Road, Arizona. So that is Spirit Halloween. And that'll be it for today's video. So bye, and I will see you in the next video.